ancient city of Londinium. Of course, today we call it London. It's now the smallest capital city anywhere in the world. It reads 1 square mile from London Bridge to the castle at the Tower of London. Also to your right, London Bridge Hospital. That is now the most expensive private hospital here in the capital city, and it's owned by the Kuwaiti royal family. And inside London's most expensive hospital, they do specialise in heart attacks. You see, you can go inside of that hospital with a sprained wrist or a broken leg. You'll have your treatment, you receive your bill. That's when you then suffer a heart attack because it's that bloody expensive. Just behind it, the Shard of Glass, last year the tallest building to stand in Western Europe. Over 1,017 feet tall. Home to the 6-star Shangri-La Hotel, restaurants, casinos, offices and apartments. Now the Shard was designed by an Italian architect, Renzo Piano. He was offered £2 million for designing that building, and of course he turned it down. Instead of £2 million, he did ask for one of those penthouse apartments on the 75th floor. He got his wish. He had that apartment for 1 year only before he sold it to make a small profit of over £45 million. Not bad for drawing a triangle on a piece of paper. The HMS Belfast to your right, look at the front of the ship, you can see a Union Jack flag. That is the only Union Jack you'll see flying in this part of London. Any other flag similar is just called a Union flag. That's a Union Jack because it's flying from the front of our Royal Naval ship from a wooden Jack Star point with a gold crown or button at the very top. Now she was built in Northern Ireland, Belfast, in the Harland and Wolff shipyard. That's the same shipyard as which the ill-fated Titanic was also built in. She last fired her guns in anger in the Korean campaign, helped support the D-Day landings as well. We just passed 6 cannons at the front, identical here at the back. So powerful they could find a weight of a 100-pound shell over 15 land miles, travelling about 400 miles an hour. But now a floating extension to the Imperial War Museum. You can see you can go on all 9 decks from top to bottom.
No, mother, I go to the toilet.
To your left hand side there, the Tower of London. Now the original part is the castle in the middle. Has the nickname of the Bloody Castle. And I think they only give it the nickname the Bloody Castle because they put trees in the bloody way so you can't see it. You will be able to soon. We're going to turn the boat around, you get a lovely side-on view of it. Now the castle in the middle, that was founded by William the Conqueror towards the end of 1066. With a royal mint, a royal zoo, place of torture, imprisonment and execution. Now home to over 1,000 years of French and English history. So we turn the boat around now, we cannot get too close to Tower Bridge. The tide is still leaving London. The tide looks lovely and calm, flat and smooth, but believe me, the undercurrent, very, very dangerous river, very powerful. We can't get too close to the bridge. Might not look like it's moving very quick, but if we do, the tide it will set us onto the bridge itself. So we keep a safe distance. So when we turn the boat round, Tower Bridge will be on your right hand side, give you a chance to take some photos of a beautiful bridge. Now Tower Bridge is a part suspension of Bascule Bridge. Bascule, that is French for seesaw. The middle part of the bridge will lift up to a full 90-degree angle in under 90 seconds. That's why we give it the nickname, the gateway to the City of London. And each side of the road in the middle that does lift up like a double-sided drawbridge weighs well over 1,000 tonnes each, ladies and gentlemen. It does make for a lovely photo or postcard if you get one of London's red double-decker buses in the middle of Tower Bridge. And there you go, there is one coming along soon. We only know that because we pay those bus drivers for your photos. That's how nice we are on this boat, you see. There you go, shops here in London, they'll charge you about £20 for that on a postcard. Without the bus, £19.99, so you only save a penny. You got it for nothing today. Everything's a rip-off in this country, isn't it, eh? So we turn the boat around, you get a lovely side-on view. It is just under 130 years old, looks a lot older to fit in with his neighbour, the Gothic style of the Tower of London. Now a little bit of travel information for everyone on board and safety. So I'll just ask your attention for the last few minutes of our journey. Boats don't have brakes, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the time we ask that you remain seated. If you're standing at the back, hold on to the handrail, especially if you've got your little ones with you. Just make sure they're sitting down, alright? There will be a little bump as we come into the pier. So save anyone falling over, hurting themselves, and us doing a lot of paperwork, just remain seated. Now, this stop is Tower Pier, and once we leave, we make the journey down to Greenwich. It will take us half an hour, 35 minutes to get to Greenwich. We wait there for half an hour, then we come back. We won't be back here at Tower Pier for about an hour and 30 minutes. If you've got on a Westminster, you go to Greenwich and back without getting off the boat at Greenwich. That's 3 hours long. Alright, so if you want to cut your journey in half, you get off here. If your ticket allows you to go to Greenwich, explore Greenwich. It's a beautiful place. If you have a big bus ticket or a one-way, this is your stop. There are no buses down in Greenwich. The bus stop is at the top of the road at Tower Hill. If you want to go back up river by boat, you get off and you go to Gate A. Gate A will take you back up river. The Millennium Time has just left, of course, so the next boat will probably be 20-25 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer. Our ticket staff on the pier will be able to help you with that. One more word from me though, ladies and gentlemen, a little word if I may about the commentary. As I told you at the start of our trip today, and I know it's so hard to believe, we're not professional tour guides, we don't claim to be, we're just your crew. If you are leaving us here, we do have the old tradition, goes back hundreds of years. The old tradition is called the Old Captain Silver Champagne Ice Bucket. Now this little bucket gets left on the gate when you leave us. Folks, we do only leave it there if you'd like to show any token of appreciation on our efforts on a guide today. And of course, completely voluntary for you to do so. The same as us for picking up the mic. As I say, we don't get paid for this. That really wouldn't be fair to put an extra charge on your ticket. As I can see, looking around this boat for the last 25 minutes, some of you have clearly not understood a single word that I've been waffling on about. So it wouldn't be fair. And anything you do put into our bucket, it doesn't go to waste, ladies and gentlemen. It all goes back into intense research us captains do after work for this commentary that we've just given you. And where we spend hours and hours doing this research is in a small place back up river. It's called the Anchor Pub at Bankside. Very thirsty work. We're in there so long sometimes we forget